Welcome to the channel. I invite everyone to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up to keep up with all the latest updates. 3 major takeaways from the Packers' defeat to the Lions. In a challenging matchup on Sunday, the Green Bay Packers seemed to continuously trip themselves up in a 24-10 loss against the Detroit Lions. Here's what stood out from this performance. 1. Empty promises, costly errors. If the Packers want to be champions, they need to avoid beating themselves first. Instead, they committed mistake after mistake. Winning against one of the NFL's best teams is tough enough. Try doing it while dealing with 10 penalties, 6 dropped passes, and a critical interception returned for a touchdown. Coach Matt LaFleur put it plainly. Detroit's a very good team. Against a strong team like that, you can't afford those mistakes. He specifically cited the personal foul on Casey and Nixon right from the start, plus the offsides on 4th and goal that handed Detroit an easy touchdown opportunity. In a rain-soaked game, Green Bay seemed completely thrown off by the weather, fumbling snaps and failing to secure the ball. Detroit, on the other hand, handled the conditions with ease. And then there was quarterback Jordan Love's unfortunate pick 6. Had rookie guard Jordan Morgan seen linebacker Alex Anzalone in time, Love could have connected with Jayden Reed on a deep pass. Instead, under pressure, Love threw a pass that reflected the same panicked decision-making scouts were wary of when he entered the NFL. It's disappointing, Love admitted. I keep putting the ball in risky situations, and that's on me to clean up. But these words sound all too familiar. We're halfway through the season, yet it's the same story each week. Love has thrown an interception in 7 straight games, tying for the league lead with 10. Meanwhile, Green Bay has racked up 30 pre-snap penalties, the second highest in the league. Either the team tightens up, or they may as well start planning their January vacations. 2. Time to rethink Dontayvion Wicks' role receiver. Dontayvion Wicks, who showed promise late last season, has been struggling this year. Against Detroit, he failed to catch any of his 3 targets, dropping 2 passes. Currently, his catch rate is the lowest in the NFL, with Pro Football Focus showing he's caught just 38.1% of his targets, and his drop rate is a league-worst 27.3%. On a crucial 3rd and 1 play in the red zone, Wicks dropped a catchable pass, which was followed by a stuffed run, effectively sealing the game for Detroit. Although the pass wasn't perfectly placed, Love acknowledged that Wicks should have been able to bring it in. With a lineup that includes more reliable options like Romeo Doubs and explosive players like Jayden Reed and Christian Watson, it might be time to give Wicks a break until he can regain his form. 3. Defensive help needed. Earlier this season, Green Bay's defense seemed fierce with turnover after turnover. However, Sunday's game was a reality check. Jared Goff, Detroit's quarterback, has been on fire and hasn't thrown an interception since week 3. Even in a heavy downpour, the Lions took care of the ball and came out with the win. Green Bay's defense limited Detroit to 17 points and 261 yards, which is typically solid. But when Detroit answered Green Bay's early field goal with a touchdown, then dominated on the first drive of the second half, it became clear that the Packers' defense still needs reinforcement. If this game had been indoors or a playoff rematch at Ford Field, the Lions likely would have put up even better numbers. Through 9 games, the once-hyped Packers front 4 has underperformed. The only sack came when Detroit's Penei Sewell tripped, with Rashan Gary getting credit. Gary has struggled to produce beyond this single lucky break, while players like Preston Smith and Kenny Clark have failed to consistently pressure opposing quarterbacks. The Packers need a stronger pass rush and better coverage in the secondary. Some possible trade options could include a skilled pass rusher like the Giants' Azeez Ojulari, who has more sacks than the Packers' entire defensive line combined, or a dependable cornerback to improve coverage. As defensive coordinators often say, winning against top-tier quarterbacks requires a combination of pressure and coverage. Currently, Green Bay lacks enough of both to make a deep playoff run.